PEXA is e-conveyancing, but we are expanding out to data products to add more value to the Australian economy, both through depth and breadth.
The way I like to describe PEXA is it really is a game changer organisation. We've changed the game on e-conveyancing in Australia, we've diversified into data and insights, and we're looking at other markets such as the UK. By partnering with Melbourne Business School's Analytics Lab, it allows us to access the awesome talent that's coming up through the industry and allows us to be very innovative in a really different way that may be different to how we might look at things. So it really is the perfect fit for us.
And when I looked into this program at Melbourne Business School, I've decided that it's perfect combinations of both. It's the right intersection between getting technical, but also adding the business value out of that business side as well.
We gave them a data set from the Property Bureau, anonymised and de-identified, and asked them to create some insights on where property is going in the future and what are the challenges that PEXA need to look out for to drive our business to the next level.
So PEXA came up with an opportunity for us to also look into this new world of what's called craft technology.
We were looking at it particularly from a fraud perspective, so that if we could build out relationship links that wouldn't necessarily come out if we didn't use a relationship model. If we just used a standard database and modelling, we wouldn't have been able to pick out some of the really interesting relationships from transactions.
It's really cool that PEXA tries to look into these new technology. It's really interesting to see how big organizations are willing to try new things.
The energy that they brought and the thinking and the way they just jumped in and created a team from scratch on day one. So if I think about forming, storming, norming, performing, they went through that in about 3 days whilst doing their compliance training.
I think it's a good addition to the Masters because we actually had to go to the office and get that experience of working. Not only that we go to the office and solve our problems, but we also get to network and communicate with different parts of the other teams. Something that really comes to mind is also how we need to always think about what sort of value we could add through analytics. It's not always about how good you can code or how fast things can be, but how can it help the business itself. Having
the A-Lab students come into PEXA fits hand in glove with innovation, the innovation culture that we have. Innovate for Good is a PEXA value. It's the work they did personified innovation. They took the data set and they did things with it in the 6 weeks that were well beyond my expectation.